Well, viewers, here we have the very first paragraph right there on the screen, that is Punjabi as a regional language. So let's see that what content you people need to add over here. The first thing that you have to mention over here would be related with the largest province of Pakistan, which is Punjab. That Punjabi is spoken in the largest province of Pakistan, Punjab. That would be your very first content. After that, you have to mention about few Sufi poets, that it has a rich literary stock with such Sufi poets named Waris Shah, Baba Farid Gan Shakar and Baba Bulle Shah. These are the names, few prominent names that you have to mention over here in this paragraph. The third thing we have to mention would be that Punjabi played a very important role in the movement of Pakistan between 1947. Fourth one would be that it was introduced as an optional subject in the colleges, as well as there are certain research activities which were conducted in the University of Punjab, which existed over here in the city Lahore. Another content would be related with the prominent poets, that the prominent poets and writers were encouraged, for example Habib Jalib, Munir Niazi and others, by giving them awards on their writing that was obviously being done in the language Punjabi. The last content that you have to mention over here would be that some Punjabi newspapers were issued from Lahore, and one of them was Daily Surgeon, which was published in 1980, as you could see the picture right there on the screen. These are the content that you need to mention over here in the very first paragraph of Punjabi as a regional language. Well, viewers, other than Punjabi, there were certain other regional languages which were being promoted in 1947 onwards, and one of them was Sindhi as a regional language. So let's see that what content we need to add over here. The first thing would be related with Sindh as the second largest province of Pakistan, and Sindhi is the language of this province. That would be your very first content. The second thing that you need to add over here would be that the literature of Sindhi is closely linked with Islam, as it is the first regional language that had adopted the Arabic script due to the arrival of Arab Muslims in Sindh in 712 AD. There were certain steps which has been taken by the government to promote this language. Let's see that what those steps are that you need to add over here in the paragraph. Number one, the Department of Sindhiology in the Hyderabad University, which has been created by the government. Other bodies include Bazbe Talibul Maula. The third one is the Sachal Sarmast Academy. And another body included the Sindhi Literature Board. These are few steps which has been taken by the government. As we said in the second content, that this literature is closely linked with Islam. The example is being given in the second content that Arabic script is somehow adopted due to the arrival of the Arab Muslims in Sindh in 712 AD. That is why the Sindhi literature is somehow closely linked with Islam. Next one is that its literary treasure comprised such poets such as Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai and Sachal Sarmast, few prominent poets which were being rewarded. Another very important content over here is related with one of the politicians of Pakistan belong to the People's Party, that is Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Under the language bill in 1972, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto declared this language as the second national language of Sindh along with Urdu, as Urdu was being given the title of the national language of Pakistan. So he declared it as the national language of Sindh along with Urdu. The last content we need to add over here would be the prominent writers such as Pir Ali Muhammad Rashidi, who were being awarded by the government just because of his working on this language Sindhi. So these are the points that you need to add over here in the second paragraph of this question. Right after Punjabi and Sindhi, another regional language is Pashto that we need to write. So let's see that what content we have to add. The first thing is that this language is being spoken in one of the province of Pakistan, that is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is KPK. The very first content that you need to add. The second is that its literature contains the resistance against the foreign rulers that we can see in the poetry of these two prominent poets, Khushal Khan Khattak and Rehman Baba. Then you have to add that after 1947, the University of Peshawar and Islamia College, these two institutes promoted Pashto as a language. In 1954, an academy was set up to promote Pashto as a language. The very first dictionary was compiled right after the few years of independence, means after 1947. That is another point that you need to add over here. And the last one would be an Abbasid Art Council, which is a Pashto theatre which promoted Pashto as a language through theatre. So these are the points that we need to add over here in this paragraph of Pashto as a regional language. Well, viewers, moving towards the last regional language of Pakistan, that is Balochi. Let's see what content we need to add over here. The first thing we have over here is the least developed among all other languages. Now, when we talk about Balochistan as a province, so Balochistan was one of the province which was least developed and least populated province. So the Balochi as a language was least developed among all other regional languages. The second thing is that the literature of Balochi was mainly in the form of oral tradition. These are the things that you need to add over here. After that, initially the University of Karachi along with the radio with TV center of Karachi, these were the one which promoted Balochi as a regional language right after the independence of Pakistan. Few more things that you could add over here would be the establishment of the Quetta TV Center, which promoted this language by electronic media at that time. Another thing would be the prominent poets, means the famous poets who worked on this language of Balochi, named as Atashad and Gul Khan Nazir, few of the famous poets of Balochi as a language. And the last one that you could add over here would be the Balochi Literary Association, which was set up by the government of Balochistan at that time to promote Balochi as a regional language. Well, viewers, this is it with the content that we have related with the regional languages of Pakistan and how basically these languages were being promoted by the government between 1947. Hope that you people have liked the video. Please kindly don't forget to subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed it. Inshallah, I'll be coming with the more videos of history as well as geography. Until then, take care of yourself.